Hello, guys, and welcome to Wednesday, September the 2nd. I was planning lifted as Tuesday, but I did change it to 2nd. Sorry about that. Let's get started. Don't want to hold you long. Make sure we can get through everything you need to handle for today. So we know that Ms. Vester, our school counselor, gives us a social emotional lesson for the week. And this week we are dealing with groups. And today is day 3 of us dealing with groups. So, of course, I always take attendance of my folks that are here. Remember, if you have something you'd like to share with the group, if you'll have mom or dad send it to Ms. Bland, I will share it with our morning Zoom folks. Remember, your rules for virtual learning are a little bit different, but try to sit in the spot that is an upright school position. Don't try to lay down and do your work. Make sure that you listen very carefully to everything that goes on. Be sure to send Ms. Bland any questions that you have, and always do your best. We are doing day 3, and our learning objective is to teach children that some rules are inflexible. Hold together rules can be changed. We're talking about rules, but we're talking about group norms. And norms are things in a group. So we're not really focusing as much on being able to flex those inflexible rules, but we're going to call these rules norms. So group norms are ground rules. They're a different kind of rule than we're used to for how we should behave towards each other and towards the materials that we use. We set group norms in school to help us do our best and make good choices. Group norms help us be successful. So when you work in groups in your classroom, remember in first grade, you had rules about who could handle the glue and who picked up the scissors and who went and got material, and that you couldn't run around the room in your group and you couldn't wrestle with your group members, and that wherever your spot was, you had to stay there. Those are all norms. They're rules that we set for using when we're in groups. Here are some examples. Be respectful of everyone. Use normal voices. We're not screaming. Listen to others. Do your best. Work as a team and be responsible. Stay on task all the time. Participate actively. Be kind and helpful. Be ready to learn. All voices get a turn, and one voice at a time. Those are some suggestions for groups. Sometimes we have a group leader. That could be a norm that we listen to the group leader. Sometimes we have a timekeeper. We have someone that helps us keep up with how long we've been in our groups. So I have a question for you. Which one is the most important? So you're going to have an opinion, but today is an opinion writing. Opinion writing is one of the writings of second graders, and it's about your opinion, how you feel about it. Your opinion is what you think. It's how you feel. No one can make you change your opinion but you. So at the top of your notebook on a very clean page, you're going to put today's date, which would be 9/2/20. Ms. Blaine left out our 2. And you have our sentence in white up at the top, and you have some choices. Now, Ms. Bland has given you some choices, but since this is an opinion writing, if you have your own opinion of what you think is a better idea for the most important rule when you're working in groups, then you're welcome to put that. It says, I think the most important norm to have in a group is. If you think it's stay on task, then you'd write my sentence, you'd go over in the green, and you would choose stay on task. I have given you the options of stay on task, participate, listen to others, be kind and helpful, do your best, and work as a team. Pause here to complete. So we know yesterday that Matt moved to a new school and he was in a new neighborhood and he had new friends. Yesterday I asked you the question, do you think Matt should speak first or wait until someone in his group speaks to him? That was yesterday's question. Today, my question to you is for you to discuss with mom or dad or whoever you're watching this video with is, what could Matt say to start his conversation? What would be a good way for him to join in with the group? What could he say? You can pause here to discuss. Our positive affirmations for today: I try new things and I matter. And you definitely do. Every student at Bailey Elementary is saying these positive affirmations this week, and you definitely matter. And you are definitely always, always going to be amazing when you try something new. It may not always work the first time, but it made you amazing because you tried. And that's all we ask for you at Bailey Elementary, is that you always give it your best and try. Your packet has a red cover and it covers these things, except mine is white, just so it's a little easier to read on your screen. You have your 12 spelling words. Remember that test is on Friday. You have your vocabulary words and their definition to study because that test is on Friday. You have 2 stories this week. We have focused on Maria Celebrates Brazil for 2 days. For the next 2 days, we will focus on the Big Red Lollipop. Letterland, of course, are our sounds and letters for the week. We will review these sounds and letters to be sure that we're going to be great readers and spellers. These are your 12 words for the week. Pause here and say each word aloud 2 times. This week you are writing, today, Wednesday, you are to write a sentence with the first 6 words and underline the word in your sentence. There are 6 words listed. You must use each word in one sentence and underline the word. So there should be 6 sentences total. If you use a word more than once in different sentences, please underline it even if you use it more than once. So if you use the word that in 2 different sentences, underline it every time you use it. Pause here to complete or complete on the end. In your reading book, meet me in Unit 1 of Reading Wonders. We're on week 2, and we have 2 stories that we've read this week, and we won't be in our reading book but for just a minute. I really just want you to take this time to look at that reading book, open up, and we're going to look at those beginning pages. Remind yourself of what our essential question is. It's located at the top. Discuss with mom or dad what our essential question is. And then these, of course, when you turn one more page, are the vocabulary words you see. Remember, when you look at the vocabulary words on that page in our story, those words have yellow boxes around them. So you can read Maria Celebrates Brazil with mom or dad and look for those yellow words if time allows. It is a realistic fiction text this week for our genre. We are looking at stories that are invented or made up that have imaginary characters, but the things that happen to those imaginary characters could really happen in real life. They are based off real life events. Visualizing. Visualizing is making that picture in your head. You want to be able for someone to read you a story or a part of a story, and in your mind, you can see what's happening. We weren't at the parade with Maria, but we can think and we can come up with a vision and visualize what we think was going on and how all the bright costumes and all the beautiful colors and her friends doing their dance steps. We see that vision in our head, even though we can't see it in our book. All right, we have a new story today. Our new story today is the Big Red Lollipop. If we were in school normally, like a normal school schedule, you have 2 reading books. You have what we call the big reading book and the little reading book. Ms. Blaine decided to send home the little reading book because it has the vocabulary stuff in there as well. So this story is actually in your big reading book, but you guys are not here to see the big reading book. So Ms. Blaine is going to play the story for you. I ask that you watch it because there are questions that you will need to complete using the story.
Hello everyone, I am going to read you a book called Big Red Lollipop. I am so excited I went all the way home from school. Amy, I've been invited to a birthday party. There's going to be games and toys, cake and ice cream. Can I go? Santa screams, I want to go too. Amy says, what's a birthday party? It's when they celebrate the day they were born. Why do they do that? They just do. Can I go? Santa screams, I want to go too. I can't take her. She's not invited. Why not? Says Amy. They don't do that here. Amy says, well, that's not fair. You call up your friend and ask if you can bring Santa, or else you can't go. But Amy, they'll laugh at me. They'll never invite me to another party again. Santa screams, I want to go too. I say, look, Santa, one day you'll get invited to your own friends' parties. Wouldn't you like that better? No, I beg and plead, but Amy won't listen. I have no choice. I have to call. Sally says, all right, but it doesn't sound all right. I know she thinks I'm weird. At the party, I'm the only one who brought her little sister. Senna has to win all the games, and when she falls down during musical chairs, she cries like a baby. Before we leave the party, Sally's mom gives us little bags. Inside there are chocolates and candies, a whistle, a ruby ring, and a big red lollipop. Senna eats her big red lollipop on the way home in the car. I saved mine for later. Senna doesn't know how to make things last. By bedtime, her candies are all gone. Her whistle is broken and the ruby in her ring is missing. I put my big red lollipop on the top shelf of the fridge to have in the morning. All night I dream about how good it will taste. In the morning, I get up early to have it. Senna's already up. When she sees me, she runs away. I open the fridge door. All that's left of my lollipop is a triangle stuck to a stick. Senna! I hear a sound in the front hall closet. I should have known. That's where she always hides. I show aside the coats and boots. I'm going to get you. Quick as a rat, she scoots through my legs and runs around and around the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, yelling, Amy, Amy, help, help. Amy comes out rubbing her eyes. Senna runs behind Amy, where I can't get her. What's going on out here? Says Amy. Senna says, Rubina's trying to get me. Amy puts her hands on her hips. Are you trying to get your little sister again? She ate my lollipop. The greedy thing. She ate it. Amy says, for shame. It's just a lollipop. Can't you share with your little sister? I want to cry, but I don't. Senna runs to the fridge and brings back the triangle stuck to the stick. Look, I didn't eat all of your lollipop. I left the triangle for you. See, says Amy. She didn't eat all of it. She's sharing with you. Go ahead. Take the triangle. So I have to take it. Go ahead. Eat the triangle. But I don't. With all my might, I throw it across the room. It skitters under the sofa. Senna scurries after it and eats that too. The worst thing is that all the girls at school know if they invite me to their birthday parties, I have to bring Senna. I don't get any invitations for a really long time. Then one day, Senna comes home waving an invitation. Amy, I've been invited to a birthday party. There is going to be games and toys and cake and ice cream. Can I go? Our little sister Mariam screams, I want to go too. Senna says, no, I can't take her. She's not invited. Amy says, well, it's only fair. You went to Rubina's friend's party. Now Rubina and Mariam can go to your friend's party. I say, leave me out of it. Amy says, fine then, you have to take Mariam. Now it's Senna's turn to beg and plead. Amy won't listen. Senna's begging so hard she's crying, but still, Amy won't listen. I could just watch her have to take Mariam. I could just let her make a fool of herself at the party. I could just let her not be invited to any more parties, but something makes me tap Amy on the shoulder. What? Don't make Santa take Muddy into the party. No, says Amy. No, I say. Amy thinks for a moment, then says, okay, so Santa gets to go by herself. After the party, I hear a knock on my door. What do you want? I ask Santa. Here. She hands me a big green lollipop. This is for you. Thanks, I say. After that, we're friends. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story, everyone.
All right, guys. So we read our story about the big red lollipop in the beginning. She's so excited when she gets home because she's been invited to a party. You ever been invited to a party? But all of a sudden, look at her face. Her feelings about the party start to change because mom tells her she's got to take her little sister. And she says, oh no, it's not fair. They're going to laugh at me. They're never going to invite me to another party. All because her sister had to go. So she calls, look at her face when she calls her friend. She says, I have no choice but to call. She says, all right, but it doesn't sound all right. And I know she thinks I'm weird. Look at all the things that happened at the party. At the party, I'm the only one who brought my little sister. Santa has to win all the games. And when she falls down during musical chairs, she cried like a baby. And then on the way home, look at that treat bag. There was all kinds of cool stuff in the treat bag. And the biggest treat of them all was the lollipop. And she ate hers. She enjoys it. Look at Santa eating her lollipop in the car. But Rubina had plans for hers. She put it in the refrigerator. But oh boy, she was not a happy camper when that lollipop got eaten. Santa did a terrible, terrible thing. Look at her chasing her all over the house. Would you have chased your brother or sister all over the house trying to get it back? You'd be mad and angry too. Mom tells her, it's just a lollipop, Rubina, don't be so ugly. But she says, it was my lollipop and she ate it. She's just greedy. That's that G word, greedy. But then the tables turn because when Rubina finds out that Santa has been invited to a birthday party, she takes up for her little sister because mom says that she has to take Miriam. And she says, nope, I'm going to help out and I'm going to save her. And she manages to convince mom to let Santa go alone. Now, in reward for her being a good sister, Santa gave her her big green lollipop. That's one of Miss Bland's favorite stories. So, what do you have to do? You've got things to work on. The first thing is characters. You're going to tell me about the 3 to 5 biggest characters in our story. You can go back in the story and think of their names. Santa and Rubina, Miriam, and Ami. Those are the 4 big ones. Santa, Rubina, Miriam, and Ami. And we're gonna put those in the box. I hope those are the same 4 you came up with. Those were the big ones in our story. They were our main characters. Those are the ones that we talked about. The setting of our story was at the birthday party in the house. It was at their house and the birthday party. And then you can tell me about the events that happened. Maybe give me at least 2 or 3. Pause here to complete. All right, on this page, you have 8 questions. What is Rubina excited about in the beginning of the story? What does Ami make Rubina do? What does Santa do at the party? What is in the bags the girls got at the party? What does Santa do while Rubina is sleeping? When Rubina is invited to a birthday party, Ami tells her that she has to bring Miriam with her. What does Rubina do for Santa? Number 7, what does Santa bring Rubina from the party? And number 8, How is Sana and Rubina's family different from yours? Please complete both pages. Go back in this video to watch parts of the story as needed. Your fluency check for today. Remember to read your fluency passage, record for 1 minute, circle the word that you stop on, and answer both of your questions. Moms and dads, by Sunday night, there's a seesaw activity that has this passage in it. I ask that you let the kids read the passage aloud and record themselves so that I can hear them read before Sunday night by 7. Take a break and stretch and get out your wiggles if you need to. If not, continue, let this video play, and we'll knock out math and be done for the day. We are in lesson 4, and we're still talking about making 10. We started yesterday. So the first part was Miss Bland gave you some numbers. And so what we did in class on Zoom is that I had the kids show me that number. So Miss Bland is going to say a number. I'm not going to show one since you guys are doing this virtually. I'm going to say a number, and with mom or dad on a piece of paper or with your paddle, you can draw out the number. Pause between numbers so that you have time to work. Show me the number 27. Pause here to do. Show me the number 48 in tens and ones. Show me the number 63. Pause here to complete. Show me the number 94. Pause here to complete. Great job. This time, I'll say a number and I need you to show me or tell your mom or dad how many more I need to make a 10. So if I say 4, you would tell mom or dad that you need 6 more to make a 10. Let's try. 7. I hope you told mom and dad that you needed 3. 9. I hope you told mom or dad you needed 1 more. 10. I hope you told mom or dad you needed 0. 2. I hope you told mom or dad you needed 8. Those bonds make 10. Since you guys are on virtual, we're going to skip this one. We're doing this one with paddles on Zoom. If you get a chance to practice this, you can, but we will skip it for now. You will just, moms and dads, you can just give the kids a number and you have them take out 1 and create a number bond for that number. So for instance, mom and dad, the top circle of the number bond could be the number 11. You have them take 1 out, which make it 10, which would be 1, and then they need to find out that 10 goes in the other circle to make the bond. But you're welcome to skip this activity. In your packet, you have your application page. Your application page looks much like what we worked on yesterday for the question for lesson 4, and there's a review question for question 3. You are to read it. Remember, R means read. D means draw. You will draw the picture that matches it. And write, of course, means the equation and your answer. Circle your answer. The bottom one for lesson 4 should look very familiar. We worked on it yesterday. So please, just to make Ms. Bland super excited, work on it for me again. Pause here to complete or complete at the end and keep going. Make a 10 to add within 20. Let's just practice a few to make sure you're good to go. Please remember that when you're doing these, the important part is to make sure you break apart and make your 10. So for instance, if I have 7 plus 5 equals, I take my 5 and I'm going to break it apart. I know that I need 3 more to get to 10. So this number is 3 because 7 plus 3 is 10. If this is 5 and I already have 3, there are 2 left. So this would make this 10 plus 2. 10 plus 2 is 12. Try this one on the same page. Let's do 2 at the bottom. Do 8 plus 4. And let's do 6 plus 6. Pause here to complete. Be sure you show your break apart. All right, on your own, your independent practice is in your packet. It's page 15. You have 8 questions that need to be completed. Please make sure you show me your break apart so that I am comfortable that you know what you are doing. You do not have to do the break apart for all of them. As long as you show me for the first 4, the bottom 4, you're welcome to just give me the answer, but I do need to see the break apart for the first 4. For the first 4, please show me the break apart. Think about the strategy we used today, breaking apart to make a 10 to add to 20. Discuss that strategy with mom or dad. Your exit ticket for today is just being amazing. Ms. Bland didn't give you one. Aren't you excited? So math today, you did a great job. Please remember that we're going virtually gradually. Today, we've moved up a little bit on our flower, and we're in that next level where we have a seesaw activity every day that is released once a day with a new activity for you guys to complete. You're welcome to complete them daily or complete them all at once. That is totally up to whatever works best for your family. Remember to go by and visit Art, Music, and PE at the website and complete your art activities. There is a new paper copy of your art activities. If that's something you need, please let Ms. Bland know. Ms. Bland comes back on at 12 o'clock in the afternoons. We're working on fluency a little bit, just making sure we're reminding ourselves about reading like that robot. If you're watching this video, I do need you to submit either your story questions, your math sheet, or your letterland word sentences so that I can document that you did watch the video and did complete your work. It's work time. I hope you have an amazing afternoon or evening, that you take the time to sit down and be a great student and finish everything that's been assigned to you. Talk about a great job. You are a wonderful set of tacos. So air hugs and kisses. Have a great afternoon, a great evening, and see you soon. Thank you for being a part of my daily lesson. I can't imagine second grade without you.